cannot believe she wore that tiara. Who does she think she is? Ah!
Now, we do know that Harry is a very, very emotional man. All right, we know he's talked about his therapy and he's talked about taking narcotics for his therapy. And I bet you, Doria and Megan, they probably got him hopped up on all kinds of stuff over there in Montecito, keeping his mind foggy so that way he'll just keep on paying for Megan's delusions. But he's a very emotional man. So there's no doubt in my mind that the king mentioning William, the better one, will get this man to just, and I bet you he does that too. And I'm not trying to belittle him as a man, but it's the truth, man. You want to go and be all emotional. You want to be new age. You want to be, oh, well, we use narcotics for therapy. And, we're really, no, man. Be a man, okay? Tell your wife to shut her damn mouth and tell your wife to stop talking shit in the press. Okay, well, besides method communications, they've already done that. Finally, she shut up. But the tribute formed part of the king's opening remarks, celebrating the deep friendship between Britain and France. He was talking to President Macron and Macron's wife. I'm going to say that again. He was talking to President Macron and Macron's wife. Okay? And he said, the castle in which we meet this evening was begun by my ancestor and your sometime countryman, William, Duke of Normandy, in the year 1070. It remains the oldest and largest occupied castle in the world. So it's perhaps rather appropriate that my son, the better one, now he doesn't say that, but you know what I mean, the Prince of Wales, who shares that earlier William's name, has made Windsor his home with his family, like so many of our predecessors.
This wine is giving broke call girl vibes, to be honest.
Meghan Markle's As Ever Rosé wine. It tastes like something a broke call girl would sell.
And then, of course, the mainstream media is pushing it. However, the king did not mention his younger son, the douchebag of Sussex. Well, why should he? I don't understand. And it's always the mainstream media. You know what they're always doing. All these secret Harry fan journalists every single time. Who has made a life, here it is, who has made a life for himself in Montecito, Santa Barbara, with his fake black wife, Meghan Markle. Okay, fine, then he has. I don't know why these secret Harry fan journalists have to do this shit. Nobody really cares. And just the fact that he didn't say anything, it kind of shows you, what, is he supposed to? Like, does Harry belong in everyone's mouth when obviously the royal family's in Harry's mouth all the time? But what is it? I don't understand. And I don't know why. And then, of course, the mainstream media, they have to make it about Harry, because it literally says King Charles did not bring up his second son. You mean the moron? Didn't mention his second son, the Duke of Douchebag, who has made a life for himself in Montecito. Oh, he's made a life for himself. So then why does he have to even be brought up into this conversation? Why is it that the king can't just talk about William? Why does Harry always have to be brought in? Because of the secret Harry fan journalists. Very, very obvious. Who has made a life for himself in Montecito? No. Santa Barbara with his wife, Meghan Markle, fake black wife. The two idiots have been locked in a feud with the King and Prince of Wales for years. I think you mean they started it. They started a feud, and now they're sitting in Montecito alone, essentially.